Welcome back to Guitar Aminal. Today we're going over learning from riffs. So you hear something cool on guitar, a hook, a riff, a vamp, and you think, that sounds awesome. I want to learn from that. How do you make that sound? In my personal opinion, I think the best riffs use the idiosyncratic characteristics of a guitar. Um, it's strings laid across a flat piece of wood. So you have such a personal touch. You can put a lot of attitude into the instrument, and especially riffs that if you repeat them in muscle memory so many times, that attitude really comes out through the technical thing that you're actually doing. So today, again, I'm going to stress that the main principle in learning anything guitar, fit, FIT, form, integration to muscle memory, and then playing to time. So if you want to learn a cool riff that you hear and you think, dang, I wish I could learn how to make that sound. Um, First, you need to learn the form, what technically they're doing. So, for example, today I picked up something that I haven't learned yet. Um, it is called Let's Work Together by Canned Heat. Awesome band. Old blues band with guitar player Blind Owl Wilson. If you haven't heard of him, he's a super underrated member of the 27 Club. Great song, great musician. Apparently, by legend, so pure that he had to sleep outdoors every night with the deer. Here's the I'll play the rhythm track and then I'll play the riff that I'm trying to learn over it. So you can hear it's just a blues stomper. It's in G. So I'm trying to get a feel for what that riff's doing. I mean, obviously, like the objective notes are here on the pentatonic minor scale, but he's practiced that riff so much. If you go listen to the original track, that it's like he's able to inject feeling into it. See, I'm trying to force it, but I can't do it yet. I think he's got a slide on his finger, and he goes. Even if I tried to try it with one finger, like I had a slide on it. Yeah, that sounds a little better. Anyway, that's just an example of a riff that I'm trying to learn myself. And it's useful to learn a riff because it teaches you little tricks in guitar. Usually a riff's built around something like an expression technique, like a bend or a slide, a double stop, hammer-ons, pull-offs. So let's go through how to get the most out of learning from a riff. So let's use Let's Work Together, Canned Heat again. I hear this, and I'm like, man, that sounds really cool. So first thing I want to learn, what notes are they objectively playing? You might look that up on tabs and just Google that song and that artist in tabs. So I would Google "Let's Work Together" by Canned Heat tab. I would look at the tabs as like an objective way to play that riff that I'm trying to learn from, and I would see, okay, he slides between these notes, he hits these notes, the whatever 13 and 15. It doesn't really capture that he like brushes against other strings too at the same time, so it doesn't really capture the magic. Like if you try to play it objectively, you're not going to get the same thing across. So I think it's worth learning by ear first over tabs. Tabs are good for an anchor. You can see what's happening. Um, but to really feel it out, you want to listen to things and try to emulate what you hear. So I would find out, that anchor on the tabs, and then I would turn the track on and try to play that. Make sure it's the right thing. All right, so this is where the fit principle is very important. FIT. Learn the form, integrate the form into your muscle memory, and then be able to play it in time with a metronome or along with the song. So that's the form. Looking at the tabs, being able to play that yourself, whether it's really slow and sloppy or like if you can just do it right off the bat, great. But just get the form down. I want to pretty much repeat that until I can standardize it. So I'm not guessing what I'm going to do with my hand. I want to like know for sure, even mindlessly. That's what I'm going to do. I want to make it really standard, like McDonald's burgers. I want to make it like so that I know the form is going to be right and I can inject whatever feeling through it. Next, integrate into muscle memory. I want to repeat that over and over and over again so it's totally mindless. So that it's just, I'm just feeling the riff. I'm not trying to do the riff at all, which I'm not at that level at all with this riff. I just learned this a few days ago. I'm not at the level where I'm like, oh yeah, I can play that like Blind Owl Wilson. Um, I'm more so at like, that's a cool riff, and I wish I could play it like that. And here's an approximation. Yeah, see, it doesn't sound anything like it, but it is the right notes. I'm playing the right notes, but it's not. It doesn't sound anything like it. So that's all you're trying to reach for the second phase of learning a riff. F, learn the form. I, integrate it into muscle memory so that you know you're moving in the right way. You're hitting the right notes. And for all you like theory heads, that's as far as you're going to get. You're just going to hit the right notes. Next, playing in time. That's where feeling comes in. That's where you focus on the movement, the sound of the music, apart from what you're doing, and you fit in. You wouldn't start a conversation with somebody and just start talking over them because you know it's the right thing to say. You want to fit into that conversation and be a part of it. So it all depends on context. Playing in time, part of the fit principle, FI, and then playing in time means fitting in. So uh, it all depends on, I mean, how you feel, how your instrument is that day, what crowd might be in front of you, where you're at in learning that riff. The sound you make depends on so many things. When really all you have to focus on is playing the sound that you trained your fingers to make and just injecting the feeling that you have through them. So when I hear Blind Owl Wilson play "Let's Work Together" and play that riff, I hear something like euphoric, celebratory, right? Like, let's work together. It's like this unifying, like, all right, everyone's good together. When we get along, it feels great. That's something I feel from that song, and that's something that he emulates through his guitar playing because he's played that riff over and over and over again. He's able to inject that feeling into it mindlessly. He's playing with his heart, not his head. So um, that's the third stage of fit. Ultimately, if you just stick with the riffs that you are attracted to, you will learn the things that you like. That's also very important. You'll go down the lineage of guitar playing that is important to you if you stick to the riffs that attract you. So I think learning riffs, even like you don't learn a whole song, just learn the single riff that attracts you to a song, is useful because you'll learn that skill. Your hands will move in a different way. Um, you'll get a muscle memory down so well that you can experience moving your feeling through that movement. Um, and That's a beautiful thing. So that's another instance of the fit principle, which I'm going to repeat so often on this channel. It's so important. Form, integrate into muscle memory, let your hands learn, and play it in time. Make it sound good. That is the most important thing for guitar. That's how you learn riffs, how you learn quick chord changes, how you learn total songs, how you learn to improvise. That's everything. Getting the forms in your hand, getting them into muscle memory, and then being able to react in time is what the guitar is all about. So, riffs, essential building block. I hope that sparks you to go learn some of your favorite riffs because I want to hear more good guitar music from everybody out there. Thank you for joining today. This is Jesse from Guitar Aminal, and I will see you for the next episode. We're going to go through a a new series now. We've covered all the foundational basics. We're going to go through Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" and all the expression techniques in that song, like slides, bends, hammer-ons, pull-offs, riffing from a chord. Right? We'll cover that intro. All the techniques that are so essential to playing guitar. There's a ton in there in "Wish You Were Here" from Pink Floyd. So I hope you join for that next playlist I'm going to build here. It's going to be about 15, 20 videos. So hit subscribe or look for that playlist, and I will see you there. Thanks for joining.